Two cities, two deserts turned into empires, one built on oil and sand, the other built on nothing but a harbor and an idea. 50 years ago, neither of them mattered. Singapore was a swampy port with no natural resources, kicked out of Malaysia in 1965 with almost nothing to its name. Dubai was a fishing village on the Gulf, waiting for oil money to change everything. Today, they're both symbols of what a small nation can become. But which one actually wins? Let's start with money. Singapore's economy is now worth around $547 billion. The UAE, Dubai's home country, sits just above it at roughly $552 billion. Almost dead even, but per person, Singapore pulls ahead hard. Over $90,000 per citizen compared to about $50,000 in the UAE. Adjusted for what that money actually buys, Singapore ranks the second richest nation on Earth per capita. The UAE sits at 16th. But here's the twist nobody expects. Singapore carries far more debt relative to its size, over 175% of GDP, while the UAE's debt sits at just 33%. Singapore built its wealth on discipline and trade. Dubai built its on oil, then bet everything on turning sand into skyscrapers. Now look at how they treat outsiders' money, because this is where the real war happens. In Dubai, there is no income tax, no capital gains tax. Real estate investors are pulling in rental returns of 6 to 8%, more than double the global average. In 2025 alone, property transactions in Dubai crossed $187 billion, a record year, fueled by people fleeing high-tax countries and chasing the golden visa. Singapore plays a completely different game. Income tax reaches up to 22%. Foreign buyers get hit with a stamp duty of up to 60% just to purchase property. Rental yields barely reach 3 or 4%. On paper, it looks like Singapore is losing the investment race. But Singapore isn't trying to win that race. It's protecting something else: stability. While Dubai's real estate crashed 25 to 35% during the 2014 to 2019 downturn, Singapore hasn't seen a property crash in decades. Every cooling measure, every tax, every restriction exists to prevent the kind of boom and bust cycle that Dubai has lived through more than once. And then there's the passport. Singapore's is ranked the most powerful in the world, opening doors almost anywhere with no visa required. The UAE's golden visa gives you residency, security, and status, but for most nationalities, never a path to citizenship. You can build a life in Dubai. In Singapore, if you invest enough and wait long enough, you can become one of its own. So who really wins? Dubai wins if you want speed, higher returns, zero taxes, and a city racing to reinvent itself every decade. Singapore wins if you want structure, safety, and wealth that compounds quietly over a lifetime. One city is a sprint, the other is a marathon. And maybe that's the real answer. They were never running the same race.